Welcome to the pod. I'm MG.
How's it, guys? I'm Liam. Today we're very, very, very privileged to have a not only industry icon but a local legend and female leader in the hospitality industry, Miss Alex. I nearly said Bessie. Miss Alex Powrie.
Mrs. Powrie, either one.
Mrs.
Miss
Powrie. Welcome.
Thanks, guys. It's an honor to be here. I'm super excited.
Yeah. I just learned a whole lot of shit about you.
I feel like we had a whole pod before the pod.
We did. And honestly, I wish we recorded it. But can you give us like a quick snapshot of your life before hospitality? Because of what I just heard.
Oh, God. Okay, well, going off what we just spoke about, grew up very religious. Grew up with a staunch Dutch father and an Irish mother, so you can imagine how life was.
That is a combo and a half.
Yeah, Dutch dad, mom from Durban, so they didn't speak the same language, ever. Yeah, my mom was definitely the rebel. She was like the first person out of the 4 children to go to her matric dance. So we were like the next level of doing crazy shit. And yeah, I studied theatre, which was a shock enough to all of my family. I remember being told, I think I was in like grade 9 or 10, when you start like choosing your subjects, my dad was like, somebody is going to pay for your studies so you can do whatever you want to do out there. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. I'm going to be a journalist. I'm going to be a chef. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. There was a million things I wanted to do. My brother went off and became a helicopter pilot. And I was like, sick. Cool. Some of my other cousins became like lawyers and stuff, and then finally I'm the youngest, so it came to my turn. I was like, I'm gonna do musical theatre. And my dad's like, I'm fine as well. And I was like, well, you said I could do anything. He's like, got me there. Got me there, fine. And then yeah, I didn't get all the benefits that all the others got. Like they all got a car, they got like rent paid for and spending money and everything. And the benefactor was like, so I'm gonna pay for your college. I was like, cool. He's like, that's it. I'm like, cool, that's all. I have a job, I have my own car, I'm not stressed. Like that wasn't what I was expecting from you. Went and studied musical theatre, and I found hospitality while I was doing that. So I used to work at a florist. That was the first place I worked at, and I worked there for 5 years.
Okay.
And as we spoke about before the podcast started, I was a youth leader and a very good church-going child, and feeling very guilty that I was like a bartender. Well, did coffee and hospitality on the side of that, and it was such a contradicting lifestyle, sitting there in church on a Sunday, and they're like, and this is going to be your life, and you provide, and you are the homemaker, and your husband will lead the household. And there's me, I'm like,
I'm making so much money.
It's me like dancing to Footloose. I felt like the Footloose town. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to burn in hell for tap dancing, but sure. And then I remember I dated my first boyfriend was in first year college, and he wasn't a Christian, and he went to dance college with me, and my mom, God bless, I'm gonna pray for him. I'm gonna pray for him.
And I know the first thing she
did? And she's like,
oh, wow.
Also, by the way, Max, she loved you, she was obsessed with you, just to let you know. But she was like, I'm gonna pray for you. She's like, I can't make up your life decisions for you, I'm going to pray for you. And I'm like, ma'am, says the one who was the first out of the 4 daughters to go to her matric dance, and you dated a Buddhist for 4 years, so let's tone it down. Yeah, she was the actual pastor's child, so I was like, listen here. And then life felt so contradicting on both sides, and I studied for 4 years doing musical theatre, and it is so much more intense than people make it out to seem. People are like, oh, it's such an easy subject to do. Oh, I remember being told not to be a chef because my cousin was like, you will die in the kitchen. You are too soft for the kitchen. This is not okay. And ironically, he actually studied with Aiden, my husband. And he was like, no, you can't be a chef. Absolutely not. I will not have this. You are so soft. It's going to ruin you, whatever. Went into theatre thinking that would do much better. And that damaged me 10 times over.
The politics, the drama.
The drama. the boyfriend stealing. The late nights. You think that I'll like, oh no, guys, I did a 10-hour shift. We were at college from like 6 in the morning to like 2 o'clock the next morning. I remember the one night we went home after a show, went partying, because obviously that's what you did.
Yeah.
Thought we were going to get an hour's sleep. We're still drunk, put our tap shoes on and went to tap class the next morning. Our teacher was like, oh my God, your ankles are so loose. Loving this. Did you warm up before class? And I'm like, I'm still drunk, ma'am. Please don't give me any more credit than I need. And yeah, dancing over 4.5 hours a day. And prepping shows and having to like remember scripts and stuff. It was so anxiety inducing as well. And people were like, okay, but you're behind a bar now and you can remember over 100 cocktails and you can remember orders off the back you had, and you're talking to people all the time. Like, you're a people's person. So what's the difference between doing theatre and doing that? And I'm like, the difference is in how it makes you feel. I remember I used to rock up for like auditions for theatre stuff, and I would be full panic station. I would be in shakes. I would be stressing. I would be running through my lines. I would just standing in front of it would be my lecturers, and I'd still be standing there and be like, oh my God, this is
nerve-wracking.
It's nerve-wracking, but not even in a nice way, like vomitous. Like, I wanted to vomit. I felt sick, and you're just like, oh, I hope I get this part. And
do you not feel like it's kind of that expectation?
Yes.
You're doing the show now. You've put in months and months and months 100%. Of effort and practice
also,
into it.
You're directly competing with other people in your class for the exact same role.
Okay.
It's not you. You're not playing yourself. You're playing a character. And if you don't nail that character, you don't get it. No matter your interpretation of the character, whatever it is, if you don't get the character, you don't get it. Whereas when you're behind a bar in front of people, you're putting on your own character. Yeah. I mean, I'm not the person that I am behind the bar. Good God, no. Oh my goodness. No. It's so different. And I just remember my mom was like, oh my God, she's going to be Ginger Rogers and she's going to tap dance to cats and all this stuff. And I was like, my mom is living vicariously through me 100%. She's like, yes, one rebel child, let's go. And they never compared me and my brother, which I'm very grateful for. They knew we were different children right off the bat. They're like, we have a helicopter pilot and a musical theatre major. And the same person, I got to the end of the 4 years and I completed it and I did it. And I was like, great, I'm gonna go into stage now. And I kept putting it off because I was just terrified. And I started, that's when I first went into voice acting, because I could be alone in a little booth with one engineer and I could put on any character I wanted. I could be any voice and nobody has any clue who it is.
And there's also not that expectation of stage presence. You don't have to hit the right move or dance.
Exactly. And I'm reading this script. It's right there in front of me, so I'm not getting caught out because I'm trying to remember a line and the emphasis behind it and the intention behind it and the emotion. People think reading a script is one thing. You sit and you analyze every single line. And every lecturer has a different method. So you go into a different class and you have to learn a different method. It's insanity. And
I can only imagine.
Yeah, it was too much. But back in those days, I honestly thought I thought I could do anything, but I thought I had to do everything. I only realize that now I wish I'd been a lot softer on myself and a lot more understanding that your life is so long but so short. In the next 10 years, you have no idea where you're going to be. No idea. And the person, I was meant to go and do my master's in the UK in accents and things like that. And I didn't get it. And my whole world shattered because I was like, well, now what do I do in South Africa? Because the same cast gets recycled over and over for 5 years. And then the next batch of graduates comes in and they recycle them for the next 5 years. And I was like, well, I'm not in that batch of graduates. I got told in third year by like the dean of our school, he was like, why are you still here? What are you still doing here? And I was like, excuse me? He's like, I don't know why you're wasting your time at this college. And then like the next week, he's like, oh my God, you got the best jazz voice, wada. They rip you to shreds.
I feel like it's very similar to a kitchen, except the equations are microaggressions are more passive aggressive.
100%.
Where a kitchen is direct in your face.
Yeah.
You're a fucking idiot.
And it's because you by mistake, like you
God,
he's like, but it's also like that's like, oh, you fucked up a sauce. You're such an idiot. Oh, you didn't prepare that right. You're an idiot. Not you didn't hit that note properly. What the fuck are you doing? You can't be in this show. It feels very much like a personal attack.
You did great. That's amazing. And then the casting comes out, and you're like, I didn't get the part, but
exactly.
Why? You said I was amazing. No, and it's
not forgiving. It's not
favorites.
forgiving either. People aren't like, oh, I'm so sorry you didn't get the part, but I'm really glad. I like, please support me in me getting it. People are like, of course you didn't get the fucking part, obviously.
And it's egos in everybody's
It's egos in everyone's faces all the time. It's such a battle of egos and personalities, and I'm grateful for it. I grew a lot of character, and I grew a backbone. And we also had to study. There was psychology involved in one of the classes, so I'm very good with understanding people and stuff. And
is that to understand the characters?
100%,
Okay.
100%, and also how to work with the cast members.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not only managing their personality, you're managing their character too.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's a lot more than people realize. And I think it was a lot more than I realized too. And by the time I got to the end of it, I realized I was like, I don't think this is actually what I want to do. And by then I was a barista as well. So I was a florist and a barista. And I got to 4th year. So I was doing that during the day, voice artist on the side, working at the coffee shop, and then writing my 4th year thesis.
Shit,
so I was waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning, going till 3 o'clock. I mean, at one point, when I graduated from 4th year, I was at the coffee shop from 6 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. I was burnt out by 22. I remember leaving the coffee shop and I fucked off to Namibia or something to go and do season for like 2 months. Farming season, not hospitality season. Another one of my weird quests. And my boss phoned me like every day for like a month and be like, please come back. Like, please, I can't run the shop without you. And I was like, I can't come back. I'm in Namibia. He's like, what the fuck are you doing in Namibia? I was like, I am burnt out. I almost fell asleep in my car multiple times on the way to work. Driving to work. And I lived a healthy lifestyle. I didn't really drink or anything like that.
Party, but did you
Nothing.
Didn't really have time for
I didn't have time for any of that. I missed out on so many occasions. And so eventually we got scouted to take over Sneaky Sausage. It's a bar. It used to be above House Machines. That was my first bar that I officially worked at. And I would be at the coffee shop from 6 till 2, half an hour break, straight to the bar, at the bar till 12, come home, write my thesis, go to sleep, be up again by 5 o'clock the next morning. Well, 4:30 because I didn't leave by 5:30. And I was doing this not like for a couple months, for like a couple years.
2-3 years straight.
And my mom would always say to me, my mom was the hardest working person I know. God bless her. She was the matriarch of the family. She was the breadwinner. I always wanted to be like her and her work ethic because I thought working hard meant validation, but also that you were doing life right. You were doing something right, but also missing out on so much. And I only realized that when I started doing it myself, and I was like, what is my life actually worth if I'm not spending it with anybody
and enjoying it?
Yeah. So it was definitely a hard pivot from musical theatre, but I've stayed in voice acting the entire time. I just never went onto stage or into like TV or anything like that, and it was just yet.
So you still want to pursue it?
I don't think so. I'm very happy with the voice artistry that I'm doing now. And I see that I've always seen the bar as my stage. I mean, I remember getting pushed into competing by somebody who I used to be friends with. And I used to say, no, I'm too nervous. I can't. I'm anxious. And they were like, just do it. You're not trying to win. You're just trying to learn. And I was like, what? What do you mean I'm not trying to win? And they're like, what? You're not going to win. Go in to learn. Go in to upskill yourself as a bartender. And I was like, why would you do the competition then? And they're like, just to learn.
It's an experience.
Yeah.
It's an experience. Yeah. And as soon as I changed that mindset, competitions became so...
The nerves kind of died.
Yeah. And I don't want to say easy. It's never been easy. But compared to standing on a stage, I would rather stand on a stage or present in front of like 300 people for Diageo at World Class or something like that than ever have to step on a stage again. it's a completely different kind of nerve, because I'm presenting myself, yes, but I'm presenting something that I'm okay with people judging.
Yeah.
They're not judging my personality directly.
It's a piece of you, but also
It's not the
directly.
Yes, it's a piece that you can disconnect from yourself. So, and I mean, coming all the way from being a youth leader into that, like, life again, I mean, life always seems contradictory to me, but I love it that way. I love that you can, one of my favorite sayings is two things can exist and both be true at the same time. And the more I get to experience different worlds, the more I realize that it doesn't have to be contradictory in a bad way. It can be contradictory in different sides of life and understanding different people. So yes, I'm not a youth leader anymore, or doing not the little church girl that was gonna marry her like youth pastor or something. You know what I mean. But there's still things that I hold on to from the past and lessons that I learned that are valuable. But you've got to go through life willing to learn. That's all it's about.
I think life is a lot more complicated than anybody really makes out. Nobody's got it figured out. And even if they pretend to, bullshit, my dude.
Those are the ones that are lying to themselves the most.
There's something gonna happen and you're gonna catch a fucking wake.
Yeah. And then you're gonna come to me like, oh my god, and you can like, I knew you'd get there eventually. Nobody can push you into those decisions.
But I also think it's you can simplify certain things without complicate it to the point where it's like, okay, if I keep my life, if I do this thing, just simplify it, I should be okay. Yes. I won't die.
Yeah. It's not that deep.
Yeah.
It's never that deep.
But is that the point to living? Is it just not dying? Because that feels contradictory in itself.
No, but like, you live to die and you die to live.
You live to die and then you die to live.
Yes.
You live when you fear death. And you don't want to die, so you over-exaggerate and you grab at different straws and adventures because you think that's going to give you this validation of, oh, I had a worthy life, I can die now. But if that's the only reason why you're living, you're not really living. You should live your life to live your life.
That's actually so true. You can't keep fighting for something that only you are fighting for, I guess.
You can be the catalyst.
Yes,
I think for something good.
No, don't go through life not achieving things, but don't achieve just because you want.
You're afraid of being an underachiever.
Yeah, or don't because you just want your funeral to be filled with like all your medals. Like, what are you going to get buried with all your stuff? We're not Egyptians. You're not going into a tomb with all your accolades. But live a worthy life, yes. You want people to be standing there to be able to speak of what a good person you were and what great things you achieved, yes. But there is a line to all of that. You don't want to die only surrounded by people who thought you achieved things. What about your family?
I think that if you have a line of people literally fighting to get onto the podium to just speak about how amazing you were and how you affected their lives, that is way more self-gratifying than having a bunch of trophies standing next to your coffin or earn whatever your choice is.
I think those are the actual trophies of life.
Is how you affect other people's lives. Yes.
Sure, that's deep. I love that.
And like a weird side story about this, which I honestly didn't really understand the side of my father till years. Also, weird story that my sister told me. So my dad was paraplegic, and that's the person I knew for my whole entire life. And to me, he never seemed like a motivational person or like someone who would go necessarily that far out of his way if he didn't really know you. So it was like, cool, this is the man I kind of knew, grew up, whatever. God rest his soul. Cool, that was it. Only like years after his passing, I was like randomly calling my older sister and just talking, and she was like, she was at her husband's work function, and they had a paraplegic motivational speaker. And the guy spoke about our father.
What?
Hectic.
And she was like, I honestly, and described what like what our father did for this guy after his accident. And I was just like, wow, I did not know that.
Yeah,
And
there was a whole other world that you didn't know
about.
about. Yeah.
But for like 10 years after his passing, to hear that like story that like someone who's
That's his legacy. Exactly.
it's crazy. That's like, okay, this person wasn't at the funeral or whatever, but like there is like
an impact.
I think it's, you know what I think it is? I think it's legacy more than anything else. What is the legacy that you're leaving behind? You're leaving a legacy of you've impacted people's lives and people have good things to say about you, or are you leaving a legacy behind that you worked really hard for 40 years? Congratulations, here's your certificate. Yeah.
Different people have different values.
100%. 100%. So
some people live their entire lives not knowing what their value is as well, and just going through the motions of trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But anyway,
yes.
what were you up to after Sneaky Sausage?
I'll never not laugh at that name. Good God. What a bar. After Sneaky Sausage, I then... Oh, what I was going to say, so it ties into this. The benefactor who had paid for all of us to study and do all of the things and was meant to study for me to go and do my master's, I remember sitting down with him and he looked at me and he's like, I've always appreciated what you've done more, like not more than the others, but I've always appreciated your decisions and your decision making. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, all the others chose such hectic jobs to do, and you're like, fuck that, I'm still going to go do what I want to do. I'm going to do something that makes me happy. And he said, just make me one promise, because clearly you're not going to stay in the theatre world. And I was like, oh. Didn't waste, I swear. And he just said, he's like, okay, that's fine. Whatever you're going to go and do, be the best at it. And I was like, that's a bit hectic. And he was like, no, whatever you're going to go and do in this world, go and be the best at it. You want to go be a lawyer? Go be the best lawyer. And I was like, well, and he's like, no. You want to go clean the floors? Go be the best floor cleaner. You want to go be a masseuse? Be the best masseuse. Whatever you want to do, put your everything into it.
Basically make yourself proud. And
yes.
Don't hold back on
exactly. He's like, you are not, if you're not going to land up in what you studied, it's adjacent still. He's like, you are going to spend your life learning and picking up skills and things. He's like, but then be the best at it. Don't be mediocre at something. And this doesn't mean shoving it in everybody's face, being like, oh, I'm the world's best bartender now, or whatever. Just make yourself proud. Do your best at it. That you know, okay, I have drawn every bit of knowledge out of that I can.
I've given my all to it.
I've given my all to it. I haven't been mediocre and just gone, oh, well, then I guess I'll go and be an average barista for the next 10 years. He's like, no, be the best. Like now with bartending, into the competitions. So
put yourself out there.
Put yourself out there.
Who you are,
learn every aspect of it, which I did. I then looked at hospitality. I was like, well, then if I'm going to go into hospitality, which is already like the black sheep thing of the family. They're all like, oh, good God, okay, enjoy. We all knew you were going to do something. And I was like, no. Don't take me out of the running just yet. Respectfully. And I was like, okay, I'm going to learn as much about this industry as I possibly can. So I went from Sneaky Sausage and I went and took a 2-month, that's why I met Marshall at House of Machines and Courtney and all of them. And I saw how seriously they took their job. And I was like, okay, if I'm going to do hospitality, what do I want out of it? So I went off to Morocco for 2 months and just had to think and pull my life back towards myself. And I was like, okay, I want to understand every aspect of hospitality. And that's when I came home and I worked at Cause and Effect for 2 years. And I went from waitress to bar back to bartender to bar manager. And I picked up every skill I could, went to every distillery visit we could. I got certificates and all kinds of things. Then I graduated from there and I went to go work for Campari for a year to understand brand and where the money falls in. How do they do events? What is signing contracts like and all of that? Hey, listen, that was one of the roughest years of my life because I do not belong in an office and I do not belong. Campari is an exceptional brand to work for and I learned so much from them. But we need to remember every brand is designed for a certain person. I look at a friend now who works for Campari, and he's much more used to work at Campari, and he's much more he's much more typecast to the way that they do things, and he's very much a, hey, I'm doing this, get fucked if you don't like it. Whereas I'm a people pleaser, so I don't do well for brands that are like, well, here you go, you're on your own, figure it out.
You need a little bit more structure and support.
I need a team. I need a team. There was no team. It was very much you do your own thing, and I was running 180 stores on my own. It was tough. And then only when you're doing something wrong do they check up on you. And I was like, that's not fair. There's no support in anything else. There's no support of the accolades. And I'm one of those people, I don't work well off negging. You guys need to pick it up, you need to fucking do better, and then hope that spurs the team.
It's gonna deter 70%.
Yes. Also, give credit where credit's due. Why can't we speak nicely about people? Hey, fucking well done. That 300-person event that you did was really rough. Congratulations, even though something might have caught on fire or whatever. That's a separate conversation to have. Hey, okay, what can we work through and do better next time? Not, well, that was a shit event. Why? Because one thing went wrong. Instead of focusing on everything that went right.
The 4 events before that, did that go wrong? No. So why did it happen that time?
Exactly.
Don't care. We're just going to cuck you out for it.
100%.
Make sure it doesn't happen again.
Yeah. So I did that for a year, and I loved it. And I hated it, but I learned what I needed to learn from it. I still treated it as a learning experience. And then I went to go and work for a local distillery, and I was there for 2 months at Hope Distillery, which I'm still with to this day. I was there for 2 months, and then we were shut down by COVID. And I remember, like, in March, that last week of March, and they're like, oh, just pack up your put your... Sorry. They were like, just pack up your stuff on your desk because we're going to be back in like 3.5 weeks. Like, it's not going to be that long. And never went back. Never went back into the office. Did videos for them and stuff like that, and it was incredible. But I figured out, like, I'm a person who I have to work. I used to say, oh, working is my hobby. It's not my hobby. That's a very unhealthy thing to say. But to keep motivated and keep on my feet and keep in the right mindset and keep the demons at bay, I have to be working.
I think COVID showed that to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because I also, before COVID, I was working so much. I was like, when am I going to get time off? Am I going to get a break? COVID hit. First month, magic.
A break.
Second month was like, ooh.
Third month, you're like,
what the fuck is going on?
Third month, you're like knitting your own hair into things just to feel something. No, it was insane. And I still remember Aiden got an offer to go to Saudi, but he still worked for a brand then, and he made a joke. He was like, oh babe, do you want to go to Saudi for a month? And I was like, do I want to get kidnapped for a month? No. Oh, absolutely not. No, are you insane? Literally the next morning I was like, please take me to Saudi. I can't do this anymore. I'm sobbing. I'm like, I'm going to go insane. I'm going to lose my mind. Oh my God. And he's like, let's simmer down. And then I went to Saudi for 2.5 months and made non-alcoholic drinks for 2.5. And again, it was a learning experience.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been an insane journey of just things just falling into place. Like, after every opportunity comes another opportunity. There hasn't really been a stagnant moment. Even in the moments where I'm like, oh my God, I'm not doing anything, there's still things that I'm doing.
I feel like after that long rap sheet in history of you always being active and involved in something different, if there was ever a phase where you felt stagnant or like you weren't growing in a place, it would automatically trigger your nervous system and you move on to the next
100%.
thing.
Yeah. And I'm also like, something that is very interesting in hospitality that now people are catching on that it's not a bad thing is there's people who jump from job to job. And then there's people who are actually moving from job to job to pick up skills. I'm not saying spend 2 months at a place and then be like, oh, fucking over this, it's not my vibe. I'm speaking about spending a year somewhere and understanding how things work.
Exactly.
When I got back from Saudi and then went and worked at a place in Hout Bay, and I was a bar manager for a group, and there was things that you had to put in place that were there long before you were. And what does a manager love to do when they freshly join a place? I must change everything. I must revamp this. No, leave the bloody systems as they are. If the place is running well, do you know how it stops running well? When you hire in somebody new and they go, I'm going to change everything. This place is shit.
You've got to take 3 months of analytical observation.
Yeah. Thank you.
See where the flaws are. If you see a critical point that's happening, you focus and double down on that. Once that's fixed, next one.
Exactly.
Next
you can adjust the weak points, but you're not there to change the whole system. Often that's when a place tanks.
Yeah.
And I remember coming in and being like, I'm not here to change, I'm here to observe. And there was 4 other managers who got hired, and they're all like, we're going to change this whole place, and what a fish paste.
I don't like the way that we did that. The last place I worked there, we did that instead of that, and then no.
Or the last manager was here, did this, and that was shit. And you're like, okay, you don't know what works for this place yet.
100%.
You have no idea what systems were in place. Maybe they were also working with the best that they had. So let's not attack other people's ways of working unless it genuinely is a problem, but then clearly they're not here for a reason. So I did that, and then I went into art of duplicity after that, which was also a completely different technique where your bar manager is your head of reporting. It's not the ops manager. It's not the owner or anything like that. The bar manager is the be-all and end-all of art of duplicity, which is wild. And the team didn't always like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's been lessons at every spot that I've gone to, and valuable lessons. And it's not job hopping. It's picking up different skills and realizing when your time has run out in a place. And you will know it's run out when you're not achieving anymore, and you hit a bit of a rooftop. Not because you're lazy and you're like, I'm tired of this place. When you're actually like, I've put in everything that I can, I've implemented as much as I possibly can.
There's no growth and development.
Yes.
And I feel like at a certain point you get this little feeling in your heart that's, I'm not feeling self-fulfilled anymore.
Yes.
I do not add any value.
No.
I need to do something else.
Yeah.
That's
100%. Anyway. 100%. Yeah.
Just to touch back on something you said about
being the best.
When you
I saw you start frothing and you're like, oh my god.
No, because I was like, I oddly had a similar conversation with my dad over the years from grade 10 to matric.
Yeah.
Of when I first was choosing subjects, I was like, I sat him down and I was like, okay, I'm about to choose subjects. We even did a whole psychological evaluation.
Oh, that's lovely.
Just to find out what my strengths and weaknesses are and which subjects I'm more inclined to succeed in.
An aptitude test.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Some of us just got diagnosed with ADD. We didn't even get the chance for an aptitude test.
No, but so he basically, I got an aptitude test done. And then, cool, they recommended this, and this. And then they were like, so it's like, what do you want him to become? And literally his answer is like, whatever he chooses to become.
That's nice.
So I was like, okay, maybe he's just
you're like,
saying this
you're
for
joking,
face.
right? Yeah, you get home and they're like, you're going to be a lawyer. And you're like,
so it came cool, the school sheet to come okay, what subjects you want to choose. So I was like, is there any subject you want me to kind of lean inside? Is there any field you want me to do? He was like, choose whatever you do, but whatever you choose, do it well.
Yes.
So I'm like, at first I was like, nah, this is a trap. This is a trap.
This is a trap for sure.
No. Cool, whatever. I choose my own subjects. I do well.
Yes.
Cool.
Business, accounting, cat.
Oh my gosh. I'll tell you about accounting and me.
Accounting, economics, and biology.
Okay.
Well,
yeah. Weird one. The biology was like biology.
I had biology as well. People were like, where does that fit in? I was like,
I don't know.
Mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell.
Yeah.
Plants.
Yeah.
So, grade 11 comes, and it's like, and I'm like, I can change subjects. And I was like, is there anything you particularly want me to become or study in life? And he was like, at the end of the day, it's not my life, it's your life.
Yeah.
With whatever you choose to do now is going to affect.
You're going to have to live with your decisions. Yeah.
Yes. So, whatever you decide, make sure you do it to the best of your ability.
Sure.
And I was just like, okay, come and trick. This is the last time.
You're like, help me, please.
And I'm like, it's like, I'm applying to varsities now.
Yeah.
What do you want? Is there
Tell me what to do.
Is there anything you kind of want me to? And he was just like, you like cooking? Apply for that. You good at it.
Yeah.
Why don't you do that? You love it. You talk about it a lot.
Oh, that's nice.
And I was just like, all my siblings have fucking becomes.
You almost want to say to them, like, why are you not expecting the same of me as you are of them? But they're trying to be like, you've got this. Also, we should not be letting 18-year-olds make life-changing decisions. Can we just put that right out there? We are the age of gap years, and I fully back that. But yeah.
So like, eventually, it was like that was the last time where it was like, this is kind of the last time we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
Like you've got basically what I've said. Like,
yeah.
I will be proud no matter what you do, as long as you do it to the best of your ability. And I was like, okay. That's where it was just like the mentality of, if I do something, I need to master it.
Yes.
I need to be able to not do it at a mediocre level, but to be able to go, okay, I can work in fine dining, which was like, cool. I can stand at the top and work and function, and I'm not
breaking apart.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not afraid. I'm not mediocre.
Also, once you get to the top, you can then decide whatever you want to do. I think that's also the blessing of allowing yourself the opportunity to be the best at something, or pushing yourself to be the best at something, is going, I'm going to learn every aspect of this so then I can choose where's best suited for me to be in that aspect. Instead of just, I'm going to study to be a chef. I'm going to go be a chef. Now I'm a chef.
Lion chef for the rest of my life.
Exactly.
Yeah, like your random side quest, like going farming is like, I was like, I did a random side quest. I became a number for 2 years.
Exactly.
It was just like,
listen, side quests, to me, side quests is what makes life exciting. My friends always used to laugh at me. They'd be like, yes, your life is a movie. And I'm like, just because I studied theatre. They're like, no, your life is a movie. You do the weirdest shit. And I'm like, because why not? Why not glamorize your life? Why not treat your life like a movie?
Yeah.
I went to Morocco for 2 months. I literally stepped on someone's floor with their couch pillow as my pillow. I went into temples and things like that. I've went to Saudi for 2.5 months, where we had to culture and how to, in such a woke world that we're in now, there are still countries that are still very set in their ways, and you respect that.
No.
We didn't have to wear a hijab. We had to be fully covered in our clothes. But remember, my hair was like butt length, platinum blonde. So yes, I did wear a scarf over my head, because going into the mall and having people literally stopping dead in their tracks and just videoing you, you feel like a zoo animal.
Oh, hectic.
No, it was really hectic. We used to walk around. There was 4 girls and 36 guys in the team. And the girls would all walk around together because we're like, safety in numbers. Eventually I went to the one guy and I was like, listen, I'm married, so no beef here. But I genuinely cannot walk through these malls anymore without like some form of security or something. The second I was walking around with this huge Ukrainian man, nobody looks at you. So it's just, it's learning. You are an observer of other people's cultures. You're not there to change it. Go and observe. Have your opinions, and that is fine. You don't have to agree. Exactly. You're in their country. Respect them. Learn from them. It doesn't mean it's always right. Doesn't mean it's always wrong. But you need to respect the place that you're in. So I've done Morocco, I've done Saudi, I've done India. I've done Namibia for 2 months as well. And it's just, it was random little side quests just to remind me life is not that deep.
I feel like sometimes you also have to step off the path
Yes.
that you're on to know that that's the path you need to keep taking.
100%.
How do you not know you're going deep into the woods unless you follow that little fucking trail and get
And
to
sometimes
the
it'll
trees?
lead you right back, and sometimes it goes, nope, this is actually a better path for you. You weren't happy in what you were doing. And I mean, the amount of times where I've come back and I've gone back into something that was either the same job or something that I loved, life picks up just where you left it. Everybody's like, oh my God, if I have a sick day, everybody's going to lose their minds. Bro, if you die tomorrow, they'll mourn you for a week and they'll be over it. They'll have another line chef and then they'll have another bartender in your spot. They do not give a damn. That's why I say accolades at work don't matter, but were you a hard worker? Did you work hard? Did you represent yourself the best you could?
To show up for yourself.
Did you show up?
day.
Exactly.
Yes.
And for your team, were you a team player when it was called for? But not well done, you did 4 doubles in a row because nobody else wanted to take it. Why? Because they were all respecting their lives and taking the time off. Oh, no. The deepest thing is in hospitality, now having been a consultant, and yes, it's the forbidden fucking word to say, a consultant, and making more now, doing random things every month
than what you were.
than what I ever was as a manager of a 50 best bar. Okay. As a consultant now, and looking back on how much grueling work I did in hospitality, we wear hard work like it's a badge of honor.
Yeah.
We abuse ourselves like it is a badge of honor that we worked 4 doubles in a row. Nobody gives a damn. They're not doing the doubles, or we go, oh my God, I just got off a 12-hour shift. And somebody goes, so what, I got off a 16-hour shift. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
You're killing yourself for no reason.
For who?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you go home to yourself, to your mind, in your house. Nobody's waiting in your room going, oh my God, 4 doubles. You're such a trooper. Oh my God.
I think after 4 doubles, you would imagine something.
you get so delusional.
On those days where I was at the coffee shop at 6 a.m., then at Sneaky Sausage, then coming home to write my thesis, I remember my mom came to me the one day, and I always wanted to work hard like she did, and she was in the same job for 35 years. Gone in the morning by 6 a.m., home by 7 o'clock. She didn't cook the food, my gran cooked the food. She didn't raise us, my gran raised us. And she worked so hard, and she came to me when I was doing all of this, and this was early, I was like 22, 23, and she came to me, she's like, Elle, you are incredible. You are working so hard. You're doing so much. And I was like, thanks, Mom. And she's like, why? And I was like, what do you mean? I'm working hard. You work hard. Like, I like working hard means making money and doing things, right? And she's like, no. She's like, Elle, are you sleeping? I was like, I'm like enough. And she's like, are you taking care of yourself? Are you walking in the mountains like you used to? Are you still surfing? Have you seen your friends? How's so-and-so doing? How's this doing? And I was like, oh, well, I'm seeing them, like, I'm going to see them soon. And she's like, when last did you see them? When last did you check up on anybody? When last did you check up on yourself? And I was like, but I'm working hard. And she's like, it doesn't matter.
There's more to it than
There's
that,
so much more to it. And I thought I'd finally got there, being able to go, yeah, I worked 18 hours today. Again, like a badge of honor. Like, look at me. But for what? For who? For who to pat me on the back? For who to be proud of me?
We were actually having a conversation the other day about this and how much you sacrifice in relationships, self-time, me time.
In so much.
In hospitality, it's crazy.
And also we congratulate people, but we need to realize, is us congratulating them actually helping, or is it just pushing them even harder? People always say to me now, they're like, you've got a car, you and Aiden bought a house, you're like married and stuff. I'm like, it doesn't make my life any easier. Those are not the accolades you should be living by. Well done, you've got a house, you bought a house, that's amazing. Okay, we still have to pay for that bloody house every single month. Just because we have it doesn't mean we're now rich.
No.
You've got expectations of people that as soon as they achieve thing, that means they've now made it. For Aiden, he's always one of those people who's always had like milestones in his life. He had to have a house by 30, he had to have this and that. I'm not. I don't have milestones. My mom lived her life as it went, and she was my role model. And I was like, if I have a house one day, I'll be so stoked. I honestly never thought I was going to own a house in this economy. But we would then have these conversations with each other, and we owned a house by the time Aiden was 30, and I was like, are you happy? Yeah, you achieved your milestone. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, but now we're paying off this and that and that. And I was like, achieving a milestone doesn't mean always achieving it. You got it, but at what cost?
There's more work to keeping the achievement than there is to actually achieving
exactly.
the achievement.
And people are saying to me all the time, oh, but you have a house now, like, oh, like you've got it. I'm like, that it literally means nothing.
No.
You are like, oh, but I want a house and I want this and I want that. That's not what you should be working for. Are you looking after yourself? Are you seeing the people that matter in your life? Are those two-way friendships? Yeah. Do you know what's happening with your family? That's what matters. Because you're going to leave this. You're going to leave this world, and you're going to leave behind your house. You're going to leave behind your cars. But who's going to be standing there talking about you, as we said, at the funeral? Are they going to go, wow, you got 2 people standing at your funeral, but you had a massive mansion in Camps Bay? Or are you going to cherish the time that you have? It's insane.
Can I honestly say?
Yeah, go off.
You just literally spoke about something we and Lele were speaking about yesterday, very deeply about, and it's just been like, it's something that I've actually recently been like. I have a very tight friend group.
Yeah.
That none of them work hospitality.
Yeah.
My best friend, love you, Bren, lived with me probably during the peak, and he gave a lot to kind of make sure he carried that relationship for a bit when I was in fine dining.
Yeah.
Also the proximity of us living together made things a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Where I lost weekends, and it was like, okay, Sunday's the only day. So he was like, he avidly made an effort to let's do something together. Let's hang out with this person, and it made having like friend group and connection a little bit easier.
Yeah.
He progressed, moved on. He's getting married later on this year.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And it's kind of like I see my friend group, and it's like, oddly enough, funny. They were like a couple of weeks back, on a Sunday, let's do breakfast. And they sent me an invite, but my one friend who sent the invite, she was like, probably not coming because he's got work and whatnot. Yeah. And I rocked up, and they were like, we genuinely thought you weren't coming.
There's a ghost.
And I was just like, yeah, I know.
And it's shit to hear that. I remember for years, like, I also keep a very, very close friend group, because it's just, I prefer to put a lot of energy into a few people than all the energy into little bits of energy. I don't want acquaintances. I want friends. Also, exactly as you said, friends that can carry you when you can't carry yourself.
Yeah.
And I remember I've got a very, very good group of friends. We've been friends, like some of us since preschool. Like we go way back, way, way, way back. We've been through every single stage of life together. And it got to the point where for a little gap, when I was doing all that crazy shit, when I was literally working those 18 hours a day, I would still pull up to Bry's on a Saturday night and would leave by like 10, and I wouldn't drink because I would be at the florist on a Sunday morning and whatever. And it got to a point where sometimes like I wouldn't get invites, and I'd see them hanging out. I'm like, what the hell, guys? Like, and they're like, well, you weren't going to come anyway. And I was like, but it's the thought that matters. And it didn't, that literally only happened for a couple of events, because I was like, it's the thought that matters that I'm still there. Because that's where we start losing feel with the people who ground us. And yes, it's hard to be friends with people in hospitality, but it's because people don't see it as a job. Unfortunately, in this day and age where we're still in, I mean, the amount of times people have said to me like, so what are you going to do one day? And I'm like, I'm doing what I'm doing. And they're like, no, but like when you're not like a bartender anymore. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, you're not going to be a bartender forever. And I'm like, why not? Somebody's got to serve the drinks.
Yeah.
What kind of a question is that? Like, there are so many things, like, hospitality really is a career if you treat it like a career. I've always said to my students, drinking should be your job, not your hobby. Yes, have fun. Have fun when you first start in hospitality. We all have. We've all had our late nights at Shack.
Yeah.
We've all been kicked out by the bodyguard. At 6 a.m. in the morning, I still remember the most, I don't want to say humiliating, but the biggest wake-up call when I realized it needs to be a career. Finished off at House Machines. We used to wait for the different groups. So Sneaky would close first, then House would close, then Outrage of Modesty would close, and as a group we'd all go together.
Okay.
And me and Courtney were there the one night, and we were friends with a few of the Shack bartenders, and we just stayed and just
Mingled and
mingled.
socialized, yeah.
And Courtney used to call me the Enigma because I would sit on one savannah for like 3 hours. I was there to play pool, and that was it. And I remember coming home, and first of all, I hate sleeping in. I don't like sleeping till like 11 o'clock in the morning. You waste half your day. And every weekend I was sleeping in till 10, 12, 2 p.m. And we got kicked out by the bodyguards, and I was laughing. I was like, we shut down Shack, thinking it was so funny. And then I got home. I lived in Harpe at the time. Also, I didn't drink because I had to drive home sober. Imagine coming home to a staunch Dutch dad and then being drinking and driving. I'm not scared of the police. I'm scared of my dad. He would gut me from toe to head. But anyway. And I got home and I put my hand on the door handle to open the front door, and it moved. And I was like, oh, shit. And the door opened. And my dad's on the other side of the door, and he just goes, I know you've never run a day in your life, but I'm going to pretend that you were out for a run. And I was like, ski spa. And he's like, inside. And I was like, yeah, Bob. And that was the last time I was ever till Shack till after 2 o'clock. I was like, it wasn't even disappointment. He was just like,
I can't believe you're
treat
doing
it
this.
seriously, bro. Like, we never came from money. I mean, my extent of hospitality as a kid was going to Spur on your birthday, and that was it. And if you got a Chico the Clown, it was like, oh my God, we are balling tonight. That was my extent of hospitality. We had 4 birthdays in the house, so we went out 4 times a year. That was it. I remember when we upgraded when we were teenagers and we started going to Mug and Bean, and we're like, oh, sophistication. Like, that was it for us. So me now working in hospitality was adjustment for them enough. But then, like, not treating it as a career, and he's now going, where are you spending all your money? We've never raised you like this, and now you're just treating it like all your hard work that you put in before.
But you're not spending all your money in one savannah.
No. It definitely there were 5 rand. It's Shack. You got to fight people for those tables. No, it's not even that, but it's just like
it's the principle.
Trying to instill, but also just to like take it seriously.
Yeah.
Take it seriously. You're gonna have to grow up sometime. You can either be one of those gross bartenders who's still working at some dodgy beer dive hall at like 60 years old and still barely making it, or you can take your shit seriously.
Push yourself.
Come home appropriately. Take care of yourself. Just spat that everywhere. Take care of yourself and treat it seriously.
Yeah.
Be serious about it. You've got other things to do. You've got a life to live apart from coming home at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning and not sleeping your whole Sunday away. Your one off day, just sleeping it away. When there's people who want to spend time with you. There's people who are living their life around you. Just because we feel like hospitality is so separate. We feel like, I don't know if you guys feel this. I certainly feel this. Is sometimes I feel like the facilitator of the experience. I don't always feel like I'm in life. I feel like I'm facilitating people's experiences that they're having.
Yeah, at times.
Which
can
isolate you a lot.
But that's your hospitality soul.
Yeah.
Basically.
But I was having a conversation with a young bartender on Saturday. And we were running the bar together. And by now, like, listen, if you don't want to chat to me, I'm not going to chat to you. The customers. I'm not forcing conversation. If you want to have a conversation, sure. But I'm busy doing stuff. I don't have to talk to you busy like I'm doing my job. And there were certain clients, certain of the guests who were just ignoring us. Like, we were standing behind the bar and they're like, cool, can I have this? And then just blatantly ignoring it. She's like, I forget how invisible you are behind the bar. You're not part of the event. you're facilitating experience. It's like, we're invisible. And I was like, we are. And some people will notice you, and sometimes you feel like you're part of a customer's world for 2 seconds, and you hear their story, and you hear why they're here for the night, and you're part of their date or whatever, and then they're gone. You never see them again.
I feel like working behind a bar also exposes you to so many different types of people. Yes, you get those people that ignore you, but then there's other people that literally will go to the bar and engage only with you.
Yeah.
And you are the entire focus of their experience.
But again, you're giving them an experience. They're coming there to come to their favorite little character behind the bar. They don't give a fuck about you when you leave that bar.
Yeah.
They don't want to hang out with you.
No.
They want to see Liam behind the bar or Alex behind the bar.
But
they want to see their person who makes them their favorite cocktail and who
Dance
knows
monkey,
them as
dance.
the regular. Exactly. And we're still
rare.
you get to be a part of it, but you're still playing a character in their story, in their experience. And it can be very, I don't want to say isolating. Isolating is a very negative word, but it can be very like them and us. And if you sit in that for too long in hospitality, you start to only feel like an us. And you feel like that is then, that's why people go out till late at night, because, oh, well, that's what I do. I'm a night walker. This is all I have. I only have the nighttime to go out in. And people turn it into a whole lifestyle instead of forgetting that they're a person too. Go to your favorite bars. Go to your favorite places. Time for you to be the them.
I kind of relate a little bit, but I've never felt like I put on a persona. And I've been very lucky enough to be back in bars where I can just be myself.
I was going to say, you are so lucky. You're also a guy, so it works.
But I also understand that you got to put on a show.
Yes, it's putting on a show.
Sometimes you got to be engaging and over the top, but I've never put on a persona that's not who I am.
No, of course not. But there's days where you've had a shit day and you go, oh, I have to pretend to be Liam.
Yes.
Oh gosh, I'm Liam today. You have to play yourself even.
Today,
Also,
tired, yes.
How existential to have to play yourself then. You're like, oh, I'm not playing a character, but now you're having to play yourself. Which is 10 times harder. Exactly.
Actually,
because now you're going, I'm not in a good mood today. I'm not in a happy mood. I don't want to have to pretend to be that. And you go, wait, how do I act? How do I pretend that I'm happy when I'm not? You know what I mean?
At the same time, do you not think that it kind of pushes you towards knowing yourself better?
It does.
Because then you get those days where you're like,
does.
oh fuck, I need to pretend to be Liam. Who the fuck is Liam? What?
Yeah.
And so what you go through why would you go through existential crisis?
Because you've got to be genuine. Customers can tell.
I know you can't be
sad. You're not allowed to be tired. You can't be sad. When you're angry, it's angry for a small bit, because then if you're angry for too long, it turns into a negative experience, and it's a fight, and it's a whole thing.
That's the thing. It's like you don't see lawyers having to go and like, or an accountant not sitting at the desk going, oh, I have to pretend I'm happy. Nobody's bothering them all day. Have you been to Pick and Pay and the tellers are like, Alex, what do you want? And you're like, you're so sorry. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting your day. And they're like, quickly come. And you're like, oh my God.
That was my dad's biggest pet peeve when it comes to customer service.
And you're like, you just have to be nice to me for 2 seconds. Yeah, but they have to do that for the next 2 seconds and the next 2 seconds and the next 2 seconds.
Also, let's be honest, when is an accountant ever happy? Have you ever met a happy accountant?
I plead the fifth on this because I'm friends with a few of them. I love you guys.
I have accounting friends too, but you said.
But also, look how seriously they take their lives outside of the office. They're all either like mountain bikers or stand-up paddle boarders, or they play paddle, whatever it is on the weekend, or they do CrossFit, or they do high rocks. Like it's all.
Then there's other ones. 5 o'clock comes. Where are they?
At the bar.
Exactly.
But of course, they're always there. Like it's part of their story. That's their cool down time. We are people's extracurricular activity. It's insane. That's why nobody takes it as a career. I mean, the amount of times, you just draw for your job. I'm like, I don't. No. I have to rally when I really don't want to. I have to leave events and go, hey guys, I'm so sorry, I have to pop to town. Oh, fine, ditching us to go jaw. And I'm like, I'm not ditching you to jaw. I have marketing to go take care of. I have a bar that's falling apart. I have 3 staff members that didn't show up.
Yep.
I mean, I remember one of the worst days. We were at the coffee shop and it was 2 baristas, 2 kitchen staff, and then the owner and me. Phenomenal team. That's why I fell in love with hospitality. And he is now doing so successfully and running, like, has branched his coffee shop out by 1 million. But it started with that core team, and we were all fucking phenomenal at what we did. But the one day we came in, and it was me and the owner, one kitchen staff showed up, both baristas didn't show up, and the other kitchen staff. Thank God we were both trained baristas. It was a Saturday morning. Ooh. You have 150 people flooding through that door, and we had to rally the fuck up together. And people are going, oh my God, it's so good to see you guys in the coffee machine together. Look how much fun you're having. Meanwhile, he's going, where the fuck are these guys? Oh my God, give me the fucking milk. Why didn't this arrive? Why didn't that arrive? And I'm going, what order can I get you? Shut thing, 2 double O. No, not that milk. And we are panicking backstage, but we don't get to go for a second. Like, everybody shut the fuck up. We're having a bad day.
No.
We don't get to say, oh, sorry, the office is falling apart. Just excuse the mess.
You've got to pull yourself towards yourself. You've got to pull the other people and team members towards you and themselves. And
rally. Yeah. And it's insane. And we ran that morning rush for 5 hours, just the two of us. Jeepers. And it was insane.
One kitchen staff member.
She must have been
flocking that whole morning.
She was my favorite. She used to, like, you could hear her screaming from the kitchen. I was like, pop off! Same girl! And there's me and the owner just like grafting out coffees, and man, like, we also both have full personalities. Would you like shipping? That's not your takeaway. Please put that down. That is so-and-so's almond. Here's yours. It's coming. Just wait. And then you're dealing with all of their personalities because somebody's had a bad morning. And one thing I will say is everybody's like, oh, bartenders get it so rough. You never know what mood people are going to be in, or drunk customers are the worst. No, guys. Baristas see the absolute worst. People do not give a damn at 6 a.m. in the morning.
When they are stressed and rushed for work.
Rushed, late, angry. They do not care. They see you for 5 minutes and they are out. So they don't give a damn. The abuse. Yeah. I have received 10 times more abuse as a barista than I ever did as a bartender. And also as a bartender, you can like, calm down. Your beer's coming. How about you chill the fuck out? As a barista. Attitude from a barista. My brew, there's 5 more coffee shops down the road that they'd rather go to because you're all serving the exact same product.
Yep. Yeah.
They don't care. People were so much more mean at 7 a.m. in the morning than what they ever were drunk after a bar. I would deal with a drunk person 10 times more than a person who's dying for their caffeine.
I would take that too.
Yeah. Just wait until you're a florist. People think it's the happiest job you can ever have.
What, catering to a wedding with
angry brides.
I would rather not, thank you.
Yeah, I think I want to say I cried more being a florist than anything else, but that would be a lie. I cried more working for the brands. That was the hardest for sure. Oh goodness.
Hectic. Alex, is there any insight that you would like to give? One last message if you had to part on this planet tomorrow, what is one thing you would like to leave the viewers at home with?
Or advice for people entering the industry?
If you're going to do it, take it seriously. Treat it as your career. There is a difference between bartenders, and take it seriously. Otherwise, this industry will chew you up and spit you out. Always be willing to learn from everybody that comes across your path. I'm 12 years, whatever, into the industry, and I still learn from my students every single week. There's not a class that goes by that I don't learn something from, and you have to be open to it. And also, I think something that gets so easily forgotten in our industry is be kind to everyone. You have no idea what your line cook is going through, what your customer is going through, what your owners are going through. And the waitress. Waiters. Everybody. Every single person on your team, even the cleaners. Everyone is important, and they all make an essential part of the team. Without one of them, the entire place will fall apart. And we are so quick to blame people or shit talk people or put ourselves in a better standing than somebody else. But if one person in the team is falling apart, that whole team falls apart. And it just takes a little bit of kindness. Is it necessary? And support. Is it necessary to call somebody something? Oh, but it was just the heat of shift. Don't use the heat of shift to be an absolute dickhead to somebody. I'm sorry. The amount of times I've been screamed at by a chef and they go, oh, it's just what chefs do.
That doesn't make it okay.
That does not make it. Go see a therapist. Then, please, be nice to everybody. You have no idea what they're going through, whether it's at home or just learning on the job.
Or even if you're walking past someone in a mall.
Exactly. It applies to life in general. We apply kindness to strangers we've never met, but God forbid we have a little bit of empathy or compassion for the people that we work with. Just because we feel like we have to be better than them, or they're only a bar back, or they're only a this. Everybody in the team is keeping that team together. Mm-hmm. And when one person is falling apart, we feel it. Be kind. Always be willing to learn. And also, it's not that deep. Life is not that deep. Work hard, but make sure you are still living your life.
I think those are great words of wisdom. Not just like
in general.
It's everything. It applies. I think it just applies to everything.
Yeah.
Just work hard and enjoy your life.
It's because hospitality is taking up your entire life. So we say it applies to life as well, but this is our lives.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about hospitality. We're never actually putting the pen down. We're never closing the laptop. We're always in hospitality.
Every single day.
Every single second. Every single second. We are there.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
Alex, I think that there is not a better note to end on.
No, there isn't. This.
I feel like that was just a really good yap session.
This is what we do. We talk about life. I feel fed. I've also felt like
individuals, what your experience is. You get to share your perspective and understanding of your job, your relationship, your family, whatever it may be that's important to you with other people for them to connect to and grow from.
Yeah.
Hey?
I think a simple sentence might be meaningless to you, but it might be the most impactful sentence to someone else.
100%. You could change somebody's day with a word.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
And thank you.
It's Asia, thanks for having me. This was so fun.
This has been one of the best.
Yeah. This has been
for real.
Honestly, I feel like
that was insane.
This is like 3 for 3.
Welcome to Eat, Grow, Love. Welcome to Eat. Why was I thinking Live, Love, Laugh? That's why.
Everyone thinks it was like, no.
I thought you were going to Eat, Pray, Love.
Oh, it just all came together.
Was it possible?
Welcome to Eat, Feed, Grow. The number one South African hospitality podcast.
She charges 20,000 rand.
Imagine. Oh my gosh, imagine.